Hello, and welcome back to Spacer Laces. I'm your host, Jeff Meyer. It's a rough week in Steeler Nation. Week 3 in the NFL, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are still winless. 0-1-1. It's even hard to say, let alone think, coming into this season. It's rough. No Bell, no wins. I was at the game, the 2018 home opener against the Kansas City Chiefs, and it was a rough one. Probably the worst start to a Pittsburgh Steelers game I've ever witnessed, especially in person, being at Heinz Field. It was rough. Stadium wasn't full. A lot of seats were open, very empty compared to normal, especially a home opener with it being almost 80 degrees, sun shining. I got a sunburn on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Pittsburgh. Things are bad for the Steelers. Things are bad. I feel upset. It makes me sick. I don't even know what I'm going to do with my football season. My life, it's in shambles right now. My life is in shambles with how the Steelers are playing. I'm getting flustered right now just thinking about it, getting a little sick in the stomach. The Steelers are 0-1-1. And they played this Monday night in Tampa against a 2-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Fitzmagic. I don't know where he's come from this year. He's playing lights out. He stepped in for Jameis Winston. He's playing out of his mind. Somehow the Steelers are a 1.5-point favorite. They've been the favorite 3 weeks in a row. And the first 2 weeks don't have a win. But this is the third week in a row they're going into a game favorited. I don't know how they're favorited. Don't know how. I'd bet on them. I don't think the Steelers are going to go 3 weeks in the year without a win. So I'd take the Steelers minus 1.5 this weekend in Tampa. But it's bad. It's bad. I want to start off with that. I'm going to get back to the Steelers here. I got a lot to talk about the Steelers today. But since I already brought up one betting line, might as well go through the NFL Week 3 sports betting. Got the Jets playing at the Browns. Browns -3. Taking the Browns in that line. Saints at Falcons. Falcons -3 at home. I'm taking the Saints, who haven't played well this year thus far. Drew Brees is going to get it together, though. Packers at the Redskins. Redskins are +3 at home. I'm going Packers. Talking about another team that tied. Packers tied the Vikings Week 2. Aaron Rodgers, if you're going to be great, beat teams. Put up points. Play better in your defense. For being one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, barely beat the Browns at home. I believe it was at home. And then the Vikings tying. Come on, Aaron Rodgers. Then we got the Colts at the Eagles. Eagles -6.5. Taking the Eagles this week at home. Bills playing the Vikings. Vikings are -16.5 at home. They're going to win this game, but I don't think they're going to cover that spread. I'll take the Bills in that spread. Raiders at Dolphins. Dolphins -3 at home. I'm taking the Raiders. Raiders are 0-2. I think John Gruden gets the team going this week, and they're going to pull off a win at Miami. Broncos, Ravens. Ravens home -5.5. Taking the Ravens at home. Not sold on the Broncos yet this year. Not sold on them. Bengals at Panthers. Panthers -3 at home. I'm taking the Panthers. Giants at Texans. Texans -6 at home. Taking the Texans. The Giants line's bad. Very bad. What's it? Flowers or whatever his name is. I don't even care what his name is. That dude cannot play offensive line in the NFL. He gets smashed. Smashed every week thus far. Now, he has played the Cowboys and the Jaguars defensive lines, but he has no technique. He's getting overpowered. He's just getting outmanned. On the offensive line. So that's not good for the Giants. You have Eli Manning, you have Odell Beckham. Got some weapons there on offense, but Barkley's playing really well as a rookie. Really well. I hate it. I really hate it. When Penn State guys do well in the NFL, I hate it. At least I got one of my fantasy teams, though, which is the only reason I'm not despising him right now. But he's playing well as a rookie. But when your offensive line can't block people, it's hard to win games. So I'll take the Texans -6 at home. Then we got Titans, Jags. Jags -1 at home. I'm taking the Jags. Blake Bortles I don't want to say outplayed Tom Brady, but played well enough for them to win last week against the Patriots at home. I thought the Patriots were going to win that game. Didn't happen. So I'm going to take the Jags -1 at home against divisional rivals, Titans. I guess they're rivals. Same division, obviously. But I'll take the Jags -1 against them at home. Then we got the 49ers going to KC. taking KC -6 at home. After what they did to the Steelers in Pittsburgh, I'll take them at home at Arrowhead with that crowd noise, no doubt about it. Then we got the Chargers playing at the Rams. Rams -7 against the Chargers. I'm actually going to take the Chargers in this one. -7 is a lot of points, I feel like, in this matchup. But the Rams, they look good. That defense is playing well. Gurley's playing well. When Gurley's running the ball well and doing Gurley things, they got a chance to win, especially with that defense. So I'm going to take the Rams at home over the Chargers -7. Then we got the Cowboys traveling to Seattle. Seattle's -1.5 at home. I'm taking the Seahawks. Seahawks are 0-2, but they're playing at home. The Cowboys aren't that good, in my opinion. I'll take Russell Wilson. He's going to get it together this week. He's going to get a home win. Taking the Seahawks -1. Bears, Cardinals. I don't know the thing about the Cardinals this year. They didn't play bad week 1. Got smacked by the Rams. I believe they played last week, and I think the Rams beat them 34-0, something like that. Cardinals +5.5 at home. I think the Bears are going to win this game, but I don't think the Bears put up that many points. So with the Cards being a 5.5 point underdog at home, gotta love home dogs. We'll take the Cardinals in that one. Patriots versus the Lions. Lions are +7 at home against the Patriots. I love home dogs. Not taking them in this one. I'm going to take the Patriots and Tom Brady. They're going to bounce back after losing at Jacksonville last week. I'll take the Patriots -7 versus the Lions. Then Monday night, which I already talked about, I'm going to take the Steelers -1.5 at Tampa. This is a do-or-die game for the Steelers, so that's my Week 3 NFL betting lines. Last week wasn't great. I think I went 5-10 on the betting lines. Not good. Not good at all. Got to pick it up here. I like these lines. Hey, they're all winners. They're all winners. You like them. Every time you pick them, you like them. That's the best thing about betting. It's a 50-50 shot. Doesn't always go that way, though. A lot of insiders do pretty well. A lot of insiders do pretty bad, pretty poorly. Hopefully this week's a little better on the old on the sports line. So I don't know, but Week 3 NFL. Let's get back more into the Steelers here. Got a lot to talk about the Steelers. A lot to talk. It's frustrating. But James Conner played pretty well again. Didn't put up quite the performance he did Week 1 against the Browns, but James Conner played well again. It'd be nice to have Bell back. Like, what the fuck's he doing, honestly? I saw something. Bell was in Florida, riding jet skis, getting fat. Man, really, really smart idea, man. You want the Steelers to pay. You want other NFL franchises and programs to respect you, to pay you, and you're out riding jet skis while your team doesn't have a win starting out the season. That looks real good. That's a good teammate move. Being a good teammate, yeah. I don't think Le'Veon Bell understands that term. I don't know if he even knows or comprehends or can be a good teammate. Riding jet skis in Miami, probably drinking, doing outlandish, crazy shit, getting fat. If he comes back, let's say he holds out 6 weeks, because this is going to Week 3 now. He's held out. He's losing almost $1 million a week. I think he's losing $800,000, $900,000 a week. Not playing, not signing that franchise tag. So he's losing almost $1 million a week. Let's just say $1 million. He's losing $1 million a week, partying in Miami, having a great-ass time, doing God knows what he's doing, but riding jet skis, getting drunk, getting fat. Those are some of the things he's doing. That's not going to help you play well. You hold out 6 weeks, you lose $6 million, and you come back, play like ass. They play James Conner over you, which I could see happening. If he's down there not working out, not taking this thing serious, he's going to come back. He's going to be rusty. He's going to be a little slow, step slow. Some of his cuts aren't going to be as precise. He's not going to look good. And the Steelers, depending on what they're at 6 weeks, I mean, they could be bad for the Steelers right now. They could go to Tampa and lose. They could start the season out 0-2-1. And at that point, you're 6 weeks in. What are you, 500? Maybe below 500? And Le'Veon Bell isn't producing? Dude, I could see them being like, hey, F you, man. We're going to sit you. I don't care. I don't care about you at all. We'll pay you your $1 million a week or whatever. We'll ride James Conner. We'll draft another running back next year. We'll have Conner and someone else. Hit the road. Hit the road. But if I'm Le'Veon Bell, actually, if I was Le'Veon Bell, I wouldn't even be in this situation. I would have not done this at all. He's played this so piss poorly. it's rough. It's rough as a fan, as a former football player, as a human being. I don't know. Like, you have a team. You have a loyalty. Football's a band of brothers thing. I know a lot of people get mad when you kind of compare it to war and military and that kind of stuff, but like, I'm not going to go there. But it's the same token. When you play football, man, you have a lot of brothers. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like, the camaraderie is unbelievable. Like, when you look like at your teammates and stuff, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like, you have to play football to understand. You have to, when you're, I mean, it's a little different when you're college, NFL. Like, especially college was different. And college was different in high school, which like, I'm sure that NFL is different in college with the whole money thing, getting paid and all that kind of stuff. And it's a business. Well, I mean, college is still a business too, but I just don't understand. Like, you're in the locker room, you're practicing, you're in films, between films, lifting, practice. You're with these dudes so many hours a day. Like, you develop relationships with them, like friendships, relationships. Like, even if you're, only in it for the money and the business side, you have a business relationship. And for Le'Veon Bell to disregard his friendships, his business relationships, his whatever he wants to call his teammates or how he looks at them, but he's pissed off a lot of people in the Steelers organization. Pissed off a lot. And he's just getting fat, drinking in Miami. He's going to come back and play like ass. It's not going to help his value. I just don't know what's going on with the Steelers right now. And then let's transition into, team being a good teammate and stuff like that. Antonio Brown, I don't know what's going on. There's been a lot of speculations. I saw a lot of different things from a lot of different sources, but there's one guy who works or writes for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. I'm not really sure what he does or who he is, nor do I really care. But he put out a statement Tuesday that AB skipped some kind of meeting, practice, wasn't at work kind of thing. And then the Steelers came out and said, essentially, he didn't show up, but it was because of a personal issue. But then Tomlin, so I'm guessing the way Tomlin handled it, he's basically said, we'll talk to AB. There'll be some punishment for this situation. So I'm guessing he had a personal matter. He didn't really clear it through the proper channel, something like that. But here's the thing. Who the fuck cares? It's AB. He's one of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in the NFL. Okay, he's pissed off. Hasn't been playing that great, which is so crazy because he has last week he had like 9 catches or 70 yards, something like that. That's a decent game. But I mean, that's not AB. That's not an AB game. So I know there's some frustration spilled out on the sideline between him and I think it was the receivers coach. Not really sure. But I mean, they haven't been winning. And okay, I get it. He's got to be there. He's supposed to be a leader of the team. He's supposed to be one of the best players on the team, a role model for some of the younger guys like Juju and all them. Yes, he should be there every day. Shouldn't skip. Shouldn't be pouting, throwing fits on the sideline. But at the end of the day, like, he wants to win. And everyone in that locker room, from what I understand, respects AB. They know his work ethic. They know how bad he wants to win. I don't think this is a newsworthy story. They've been talking about it. It's Thursday now. They're still talking about it. I don't know what's going on right now with the NFL, football in general, the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I swear the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, it's like watching a reality TV show. Keeping up with the Steelers is like keeping up with the Kardashians. I don't want this in football. I don't want this drama. I don't want this emotion, all this chaos. I don't know if the Steelers and the NFL as a whole, or this is going, I don't know if this is going across the whole NFL, if this is just a Pittsburgh thing right now, but the drama needs to stop. I don't want to see reality TV show. I don't want football to turn into that. I don't know if the NFL needs more viewership. It's trying to make it, this drama, this much-watched drama stuff. With ESPN tanking, their ratings going not through the roof, through the ground. I don't know if they just need more viewership and they're just trying to make everything the most dramatic series of events of all time. But it's annoying. I don't like that shit. I don't want to watch that shit. I watch football for enjoyment. I love it, the sport. I want to see football. I don't want to see all this stupid shit behind the scenes, all this drama. I don't want to see it. It's annoying. And then I got my friends texting me, with cry faces about the Steelers. I don't want to see any of that shit. I don't want that going on my week. Like, that's not what I want. I want to watch the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I want to watch them win, but I don't want to see any of the drama. Maybe I'm asking too much here. I don't know. But the Steelers being 0-1-1, this is affecting my life. I don't like it. It's not going well. And then my friends who enjoy other sports teams like the Packers and the Cowboys. Yeah, Ian and Nick. Literally hate you guys. Hate you guys right now. But the funny part is the Packers have that tie too, so they're 1-0-1. The Cowboys are 1-1. Neither of these teams are 2-0 and looking to catch the world on fire. So I don't know. I'm still optimistic for the Steelers. At the end of the day, they got a Hall of Fame quarterback. I think they'll be okay. But flipping to the defensive side of the ball, this is one thing I want to get into today. They look god-awful on defense. I'm worried about defense. I'm not worried about offense. You have AB, you have Juju Smith-Schuster, you have Big Ben, Connor's playing okay. They have a pretty good offensive line. Jesse James, even though he's the softest motherfucker in the world. Penn State, they preach softness at Penn State. They must preach softness because he can't block. He's what, 6'4", 6'5", 270, 260, somewhere in that ballpark. Very athletic, looks physically built. He can't block him. He's afraid. He plays touch football when he tries to block someone. Like, lower your pad level and run someone over. Hit somebody. Put someone on their ass. Pancake blocks. You ever hear that? I don't think he ever has heard of a pancake block in his life. But Jesse James is pathetic, in my opinion, when it comes to blocking. But he plays pretty well when you consider him just catching as a catching tight end. He made some nice plays last week. He had over 100 yards receiving, which I love to hate him. I love when he's catching the ball and making plays. But when he's not blocking people and he's patty caking. I remember, so funny, in high school, one of our coaches, we ain't playing patty cakes out here. We ain't, block someone. Put your pad level, lower your pad level, and hit someone with your pads. Jesse James doesn't know how to do that. I don't know what they teach at Penn State, but he doesn't know how to block. But I'm not too worried about the offense. I'm worried about the defense, getting back to the defense. This is Keith Butler's fourth year. And I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, how's Keith Butler been doing record-wise for the Steelers? Because Steelers not getting done on the coaching and schemes and coaching. And I looked up his record. So currently, to this date, he's 34-15-1 with a 68 win percentage for the Steelers. That's pretty good in the NFL. But I think that's very skewed when you consider we've had all-pros. How many all-pros and Pro Bowlers we've had on this offense the last 4 years who have been making plays? I think they were 10-6, 11-5, 13-3 last year. I think that was their record. And obviously the 1-1 or 0-1-1 this year. But I think it's very skewed because that was Dick LeBeau's defense that he inherited. A lot of Dick LeBeau's schemes. But if you look at this, you look at the Steelers game last week against the Kansas City Chiefs. It was rough. The whole defense, the entire game was confused. Hands out, looking around, not knowing where to go. Bud Dupree, I've been talking shit on Bud Dupree now for years. I don't know how many years he's been in the NFL now, 4 or 5. He needs replaced. He's god-awful. He might be an athletic freak. He might be one of the strongest, quickest, most explosive linebackers there are in the NFL, but guess what? He cannot play football. Can't play football. Watch the film. Watch him live. He can't play football. I don't care how fast you are. I don't care how strong you are. He can't play football. It's proven year in and year out. He cannot play football at the NFL level at linebacker as a pass rusher. He has no moves. No moves. He has 0 moves. I don't care how athletic you are. If you don't have technique and you can't have moves as a pass rusher, you're not going to be successful. He gets bottled up. He gets bodied every single week. And it's annoying. It's frustrating as a fan to watch. Then you have TJ Watt, second year, years ahead of him as far as moves, athleticism. He's just as athletic as Bud Dupree. But guess what? He has moves. He has techniques. He's got that pedigree from Wisconsin. I mean, his brother, too. He works out with his brother, works out with how many people? He has that pedigree. He plays well. He plays with emotion. He has a high motor. I love TJ Watt. Big fan. Got his jersey. Wore his jersey on the podcast last week. So much fun watching him play. Then you look at the other side of the defense, and you have Bud Dupree. Most depressing linebacker I've ever witnessed for the Steelers. One of the worst. So hard to watch. But that defense, I got to rant about him. But that defense as a whole, guys looking around, they're about to snap the ball, and they don't even know their assignments. How many times did, I'm trying to think, was it Kelsey? Yeah. He'd be covered by a linebacker, and the linebacker would carry him to the second level where a safety or someone else should pick him up, let him go, and then it'd be wide open. There was no one there. It was unbelievable, the assignments. I'm getting frustrated just thinking about it. There were so many times, though, where a linebacker was, I think it was Bostic, the guy from the Colts, I think it was 51, would carry Kelsey, think he was good, took him so far, carry him, and he'd drop off to, worry about the underneath, and there was no safety. There was no one behind him. There was no one to help. It was so many blown coverage in that game. Looked like Patrick Mahomes looked like Tom Brady against the Steelers last week. It's 6 touchdowns, 6 passing touchdowns as his second year in the NFL. And it was funny, I saw something publicly. Bud Dupree's like, oh yeah, we kind of underestimated him, blah, blah. He was really good for a young quarterback, blah, blah. He made adjustments at the line and stuff. Yeah, because he's coached by Andy Reid. He's coached well. Apparently, you guys aren't coached well by Keith Butler. Most of you guys are veterans on that defense. Oh my God, it's awful. I haven't seen, what's Cam Hayward been doing? Talking about veterans, guys that got paid on that defense. What's Cam Hayward been doing? I don't know. I haven't seen much out of him. He's a Pro Bowler. He's a veteran on that defense. You don't have Shazier. Not having Shazier is absolutely killing that defense. Last couple years, he's hidden and concealed some of those weaknesses on that defense. With his unbelievable speed, his athleticism, flying around, making plays, he hid a lot of weaknesses. Now you don't have Shazier. A lot of those weaknesses are coming to light. Oh man, it's tough. Where's Cam Hayward at these days? Really thinking about it. What's he been doing? He's a veteran. He needs to step up. I think out of all of the people, especially on that defense, Cam Hayward has to step up and make his presence felt. He needs to do it. He needs to stop throwing inside. He needs to get more pressure on the quarterback. That's the thing last week compared to week 1. Even though I was really mad at the Steelers tying the Browns, at least they had pressure on the quarterback. They made Tyrod Taylor uncomfortable in the pocket. Patrick Mahomes, he was back there camping, setting up his... he had, 5, 6, 7 seconds sometimes to pass? That can't happen in the NFL. A quarterback, you cannot... Doesn't matter how bad. Doesn't matter if you're playing as Trent Dilfer back there. If you make a quarterback comfortable, if you let a quarterback be comfortable in the pocket, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a bad day for the defense. Patrick Mahomes had all day to throw. All day. He was back there camping, enjoying himself, sipping some tea, reading all the coverages, making the plays. That's the thing. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is that good of a quarterback. I think Keith Butler didn't have his defense ready. There was people who didn't know their assignments, didn't know what was going on. Don't think he was in the right defense and schemes, especially for yards, for the down yardage. I just think the Steelers looked bad on defense, and they weren't comfortable. They were at home. The thing drives me crazy too. The Steelers were the home team. They were playing at home. As a defense, that's your best friend. Playing at home. You should be the one comfortable. You should be well coached. You should know what's going on. You should know your assignments, and you should play well at home. They played like fucking trash the last 2 times they played at Heinz Field. They got the Jaguars blew them up. The Kansas City Chiefs blew them up. The last 2 times they played at Heinz Field, I watched the Steelers get trashed. Trashed. Absolutely trashed. It's hard as a Steelers fan. Last week, I feel like the biggest yinzers out there. In the first 5 minutes of the game, I was basically there a little tipsy saying, fire Tomlin, fire Keith Butler. Next thing you know, Steelers are putting up points, I think they tied it at halftime. I was the happiest guy. I'm like, all right, we're going back to the playoffs, baby. Let's go Steelers. And it was a roller coaster ride as a Steelers fan last weekend. I felt like the biggest yinzer in the world. I was talking shit. Fire this guy, fire that guy. The defense trash. The defense is trash, by the way. That's a real, taking a step back, not being a fan, watching that game last weekend, that defense is trash. Trash. But being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I was a big yinzer last weekend. I was ready to fire the whole team, trade the whole team, get rid of Keith Butler, get rid of Tomlin. Tomlin's days are done. But honestly, I feel like Tomlin might start getting on the hot seat here. The last couple of years, they've had some pretty talented offenses. They had Haley as the scapegoat. I don't think Haley was the problem. I think it was Keith Butler and that defense has been the problem. At the end of the day, if you can't stop someone, you can't win in the NFL. I've watched now in the last 2 games at Heinz Field, the Steelers put up 30-some points and lose at home. That is unacceptable in the NFL. You put up 30-some points at home and lose? Oh my God, how bad did your defense play? Well, we saw it the last 2 times. The Jaguars came to Heinz Field. Fournette, Blake Bortles looked like Tom Brady, trashed the Steelers. Patrick Mahomes looked like Aaron Rodgers, trashed the Steelers. It's rough. Oh, it's rough. But talking about Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to end this. We'll light him up segment again. Coming back at you again. Called you out last weekend, or last Thursday. One of the greatest of all times. Supposed to be. Hey, if you're one of the greatest of all times, how about you don't get hurt? You put up points, score points, beat teams you're supposed to, don't tie teams. Called them out last weekend, tied the Vikings. They're 1-0-1. Wow, good job, Aaron Rodgers. You beat the Bears, tied the Vikings. Both divisional games. You're not running away with that division starting out the season. I don't know. I'm just a big Aaron Rodgers hater, but I just get so fed up with the media. So fed up, just knighting him, crowning him. And the one thing I know, my Packers friend talking so much shit, comparing him to Tom Brady. But when you think about it, at this stage in their careers, that's the one thing everyone loves. Oh, Brady's older. Yeah, he was 5 Super Bowl and he's older. Dude, at this time, if you compare Aaron Rodgers' age currently to when Tom Brady was that age, Tom Brady had 3 Super Bowl rings and 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And I think 2 regular season MVPs. Aaron Rodgers at this point has 1 Super Bowl win and 1 NFL MVP, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember that Super Bowl. I don't know if he got the MVP of the Super Bowl or not. He might have. Can't remember. Don't really care. But when you compare Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, I'm taking Tom Brady. And I thought I was reading something before I got on the podcast here. Shannon Sharp, I think that's his name. Him and Skip Bayless do their stupid ass show. Shannon Sharp's this summer compared Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, and his wonderful quote to seal the deal of the conversation was, Aaron Rodgers can make every throw that Tom Brady can, but Tom Brady can only dream of making throws that Aaron Rodgers does. Wow, man. Congratulations. That's really cool. Yeah, you're basically saying that you're saying the thing that everyone knows, that Aaron Rodgers is the superior athlete, can throw in the run, might be the better quarterback, the more gifted quarterback. I don't care. I'm taking Tom Brady. I'm taking a winner, a proven winner. Year in and year out, Tom Brady produces and wins. Wins. Tom Brady's a winner. I can't say the same thing for Aaron Rodgers. Can't say it. The thing I love about the media and Aaron Rodgers, if Aaron Rodgers, he's injured. He's playing with an injury. He's got a bad offensive line. He doesn't have much talent at the receiver position. He doesn't have a run game. Well, guess what? That's on the GM and the Packers organization. I don't care. I don't want to hear those excuses. I don't want to hear them. Maybe they need a better head coach then. If Aaron Rodgers is that great, win. And if it's really not Aaron Rodgers' fault, guess what? Shame on you, Packers organization. Get him a better head coach then. Get him a better offensive line. Get him more talented receivers. Get him a running game. You can do that. You can go out. You can draft people. You can go out there and get free agents. I don't want to hear that. It's funny because every time that Tom Brady needs something, the Patriots organization, Bill Belichick, they go out and they get players, they get pieces, they get people that can help him. So far this year, the Patriots, they don't have enough receivers. Until Edelman comes back, they're hurting at the receiver position. And guess what? They just went out and got pothead Josh Gordon. I don't know if that's going to pan out or not, but guess what? They went out and got a talented receiver. They went out and got one of the most talented receivers in the NFL to help Tom Brady, to make a difference on that offense. So that way, when it comes playoff time, Tom Brady has some people to throw to. He has some playmakers. He'll have Josh Gordon. He'll have Edelman, Chris Hogan. I don't know if you can really say he's a great, talented guy, but guess what? He's played well for Tom Brady. He's made big plays. So when January comes around, you got Gronk You got Josh Gordon. You got Edelman. And you have the ability to make plays, score points on offense. If Rodgers doesn't have the pieces, go out and get them. Guess what, Packer Nation, Packers organization? Dez Bryant's still a free agent. If you don't have enough pieces on offense, go out and get Dez Bryant. If you really want to make a difference, or I don't know, it's just frustrating. He's got so many free passes the last couple years. Aaron Rodgers has, and it's so frustrating to me. The media loves to protect him. He's injured. Bad offensive line. Doesn't have a run game. Give me a break, dude. If you're the best quarterback of all time, guess what? You make up for those deficiencies or whatever. You make up for them. And I'll say, my buddy Ian, he can't play both sides of the ball. He doesn't play defense. He can't help the defense not give up points. Okay, we'll go out. If you don't have a good defense, go out on the free agency, get a better D coordinator, get some more talent on defense. I don't think the defense is the problem. Last couple of years, I mean, I have to look at their current defensive roster right now, but for a couple of years, they had Clay Matthews, they had AJ Hawk, they had some pass rushers, they had some good corners, they had Barnett, who the Steelers now at safety, they had some playmakers on that defense. That wasn't a bad defense. Now maybe they could have played better as a unit, let up less points. But at the end of the day, if Aaron Rodgers is good, as everyone says and thinks he is, score more points than their team. Score every possession. If you're the GOAT, the greatest player to ever live, score every possession. Put your money where your mouth is. Don't be hurt. Be more athletic. Make more plays. I don't know. I'm just a big Aaron Rodgers hater. It's just, I don't like him. Never have. Beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl for a few years. Still salty over it. Maybe that's why I hate Aaron Rodgers. I'm just jealous that he stole a Super Bowl from the Steelers and that 2010 year, 2011 Super Bowl when he beat up on my Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe I'm still salty from then. But I will say this. Aaron Rodgers is a Cowboy killer. I do love that. I do love seeing the Cowboys lose. So, you know what? Even though I'm not a big Aaron Rodgers fan, you keep beating the Cowboys. I'll always appreciate you for that. Beat up on the Cowboys, but that's enough. I rambled a lot today. I try to get a lot of things on my chest, a lot of different football things. Frustrated with the Steelers organization, obviously. Tired of the media giving Aaron Rodgers free passes. Just tired of it. Talking about free passes. We got to stop giving Keith Butler free passes in the Steelers defense. I think it's time. If this defense doesn't start playing better, maybe it's not the players on that defense. Maybe we do have enough talent. Maybe it's our schemes, our decision making, our play calls on defense. Maybe it's that, but I don't know. It's been fun today. Went over some sports line. Went in the depth for the Steelers. Talked a lot of shit on the Steelers, especially Le'Veon Bell, Keith Butler, Mike Tom a little bit. I don't know, but I'd say he's on the hot seat, man. Last couple years, the Steelers had some pretty talented teams and haven't got quite the success and the accomplishments that the Steelers organization is used to obtaining as far as Super Bowl wins, playoff wins, all that good stuff. So I don't know. We'll see, but tired of Aaron Rodgers getting free passes. I'm tired of Le'Veon Bell not signing his franchise tag. And I'm tired of the 2018 football season being in week 3 and the Steelers still don't have a regular season win. It's frustrating. But that's all I got today for this Thursday afternoon. Hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. I hope you guys enjoy Space of the Laces. Check out Southbound Sports. Check out the Southbound Sports Show on Tuesday nights, the big show. Call in the voicemail. It's real. Call it in. Let's get some calls here for Space of the Laces. Get some calls for the big show on Tuesday. Check us out on Twitter, Southbound Sports. Check out Jeffrey T. Meyer on Twitter. Check us all out. It's been fun. It was a lot of fun today. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Hope the Steelers win. Might check out the WU game this week. I didn't really get into college today. I just rambled a lot about the NFL. But might go down to the tailgate here in Morgantown. Check out WU. Might go to the game. I believe they're playing at home against Kansas State. Should be a win for them. Last thing I'm going to mention real quick about college football. Watched the LSU-Auburn game last weekend. That was a fun game. That was a lot of fun to watch. That was great SEC football. Wasn't the outcome I wanted Auburn to win for that Georgia-Auburn matchup I'm going to in November, but it was a lot of fun watching, and it's been fun. It's been a fun Thursday. Hopefully we have another great weekend of football and sports. This is Jeff here on Spacer Laces. Over and out.